Sustaining wild horse populations in BLM-managed herds, full requirements for genetic and population stability. May 29, 2025. The results of a Q&A with a supercomputer by naturalist and wild horse researcher William E. Simpson II. Copyright, all rights reserved, William E. Simpson II. Abstract. Wild horses in North America, managed by the Bureau of Land Management across 177 herd management areas, face extinction risks due to small herd sizes, where many herd management areas have fewer than 100 adult horses, and sterilization programs implemented by the BLM and non-profits like the American Wild Horse Campaign. This paper synthesizes non-BLM posits, pursuant to the recent Supreme Court ruling regarding Chevron deference, to determine annual foal production needed for genetic and population sustainability, per International Union for Conservation of Nature guidelines. Herds of 100 adults require about 65 foals yearly, but sterilization reduces output to about 23 foals with 50% mare treatment, demanding an infeasible 2½ foals per fertile mare annually and necessitating about 21,000 foals for 73,000 horses, and about 14,000 foals for 50,000 horses, and about 17,000 foals without sterilization. Approximately 88 small herd management areas need about 5,600 foals, and about 89 larger herd management areas need about 11,400 foals annually. The Wild Horse Fire Brigade Plan, rewilding horses to about 30 million conflict-free acres, counters sterilization's genetic harm by supporting larger herds, equal to or greater than 500 horses. Recommendations include adopting Wild Horse Fire Brigade's approach and phasing out fertility control. Introduction. Wild horses are a native North American species with a nearly 2 million year evolutionary history, supported by paleontological, genetic, and legal evidence. Shapiro et al., 2013, Hofreiter, 2018. The BLM manages about 73,000 wild horses and burros across 177 herd management areas, with 88 herd management areas having fewer than 100 adults, increasing extinction risks due to inbreeding and genetic erosion. Nunez et al., 2015. BLM and non-profit sterilization programs using PZP and /Organicon reduce foal production, requiring biologically infeasible reproductive rates of about 2.6 foals per fertile mare to compensate, thus exacerbating genetic decline. Killian et al., 2008. The Wild Horse Fire Brigade Plan proposes rewilding up to 50,000 wild horses into 30 million acres of conflict-free remote vacant wildlands at a distribution rate of 1 horse per 600 acres, avoiding sterilization to enhance sustainability. Wild Horse Fire Brigade, ND. This paper calculates foal requirements for BLM-managed herds, focusing on small herds and sterilization impacts, to ensure survival to breeding age and prevent genetic decline. Methods. We integrate population dynamics, reproductive rates, and genetic sustainability parameters from non-BLM sources, including Kirkpatrick and Fazio, 1994, and Rewilding, ND, with Wild Horse Fire Brigade's insights. Key assumptions include: survival rate, 40% foal survival to breeding age, 2 to 3 years, based on 50% to yearling and 80% to breeding age. Kirkpatrick and Fazio, 1994. Reproductive rate, mares produce 0.85 foals annually over a 15-year reproductive lifespan. Rewilding, ND. Genetic sustainability, IUCN recommends herds of equal to or greater than 500 wild horses for long-term genetic diversity, with an effective breeding population size of 50 to 100 horses for short-term health. Wild Horse Fire Brigade, ND. Franchem et al., 2014. Herd size, analysis compares herds of 500, IUCN compliant, and fewer than or equal to 100 adults, typical in about 88 herd management areas. Sterilization impact, PZP and Gunicon, applied to 50 to 70% of mares, reduce foal production by about 46 to 65%, requiring infeasible reproductive rates to compensate. Killian et al., 2008, Núñez et al., 2015. Calculations estimate foals needed to replace 10 to 15% annual adult mortality, maintain effective breeding population size, and offset sterilization-induced deficits in small herds. Results: herds of 500 adults, IUCN compliant, for a herd of 500 adults, 150 breeding mares, assuming 60% adults and a 1-to-1 sex ratio, about 50 to 70 adults must be replaced annually, 10 to 15% mortality. With a 40% survival rate, 125 to 188 foals are needed yearly, achievable with 150 mares producing about 128 foals, yielding about 51 breeding adults. Over 15 years, 1,920 foals produce 760 breeding adults, maintaining an effective breeding population size equal to or greater than 100, Hofreiter, 2018. For 73,520 horses, if about 89 herd management areas average 500 adults, this requires about 11,392 foals annually. Sterilization, 50% mare treatment, reduces output to about 68 foals per herd, requiring about 223 foals to meet needs, infeasible without larger herds or untreated mares. Herds of 100 or fewer adults, BLM herd management areas, for a herd of 100 adults, 50 breeding mares, 10 to 15 adults require replacement annually, needing 25 to 38 foals surviving to breeding age, 10 to 15 divided by 0.4. 50 mares produce approximately 43 foals yearly, 50 multiplied by 0.85, with approximately 17 surviving, 43 multiplied by 0.4, insufficient for stability. To maintain an effective breeding population size of approximately 50, an additional 8 to 10 surviving foals are needed, requiring 63 to 68 foals per herd. PZP/Gunicon, 50% mare treatment, reduces output to approximately 23 foals, approximately 9 surviving, creating a deficit of approximately 40 to 45 foals per herd. Compensating requires each fertile mare, 25 mares, to produce 2.5 to 2.7 foals annually, 63 to 68 divided by 25, which is biologically infeasible, maximum approximately 0.85 foals per mare, or larger herds, e.g., 200 adults. For approximately 88 small herd management areas, this totals 5,544 to 5,984 foals without sterilization, but approximately 10,000 to 11,000 with sterilization, reflecting the need for approximately 3,520 to 4,000 additional foals. Combined with approximately 89 larger herd management areas, approximately 11,392 foals, the total for 73,520 horses is 16,936 to 17,376 foals without sterilization, rising to approximately 20,000 to 22,500 with sterilization. For a 50,000 horse population, this scales to approximately 11,500 to 11,800 foals without sterilization, versus approximately 14,000 to 15,300 with sterilization. Genetic erosion in small herds of 100 or fewer adults face elevated inbreeding risks. Núñez et al., 2015. PZP/Gunicon exacerbates this by reducing fertile mares, lowering the effective breeding population size below 50, and disrupting social structures, which further limits mating success. Kirkpatrick, 1995. The infeasible 2.5 to 2.7 foals per mare requirement highlights the impossibility of sustaining small herds under sterilization, accelerating genetic decline and extinction risk. The Wild Horse Fire Brigade's rewilding facilitates gene flow through natural dispersal or managed transfers. Hofreiter, 2018. Discussion. Small herds, fewer than 100 adults, require higher per herd foal production, 63 to 68 foals, than larger herds, 128 foals for 500 adults, due to genetic erosion risks. Sterilization programs by the BLM and non-profits like the American Wild Horse Campaign reduce foal output by approximately 46 to 65%, e.g., from 43 to 23 foals in a 100 adult herd, demanding an infeasible 2.5 to 2.7 foals per fertile mare to meet targets, which is biologically impossible given mares' maximum reproductive rate of approximately 0.85 foals annually. This increases total foal needs by 20 to 30%, approximately 20,000 to 22,500 for 73,520 horses, approximately 14,000 to 15,300 for 50,000 horses, due to deficits in small herd management areas, approximately 3,520 to 4,000 foals across 88 herd management areas. BLM's $30 million fertility control budget and the American Wild Horse Campaign's high treatment rates, 60 to 80%, lower the effective breeding population size, disrupt herd dynamics, and violate humane treatment standards. Wild Horse Fire Brigade, ND. Helicopter roundups further reduce survival rates. The Wild Horse Fire Brigade's rewilding to conflict-free remote vacant wildlands, using bait trapping via the Humane Transfer of Excess Animals Act, avoids sterilization, supports larger herds, equal to or greater than 500, and ensures sufficient foal production for genetic sustainability. Recommendations: 1. Adopt Wild Horse Fire Brigade rewilding. Relocate horses to 30 million acres of conflict-free wildlands at 1 horse per 600 acres, supporting larger herds, equal to or greater than 500, and gene flow to eliminate sterilization's deficits. 2. Phase out fertility control. Replace PZP/Gunicon with natural reproduction to avoid infeasible reproductive demands, 2.5 to 2.7 foals per mare, and preserve genetic viability. 3. Implement Humane Transfer of Excess Animals Act. Use bait trapping for humane transfers, avoiding Roundup-induced mortality. 4. Pilot large herds. Test IUCN-compliant herds in select herd management areas to validate foal and survival estimates under natural reproduction. Conclusion: to sustain BLM-managed wild horse populations, herds of 100 or fewer adults require 63 to 68 foals annually, with approximately 88 herd management areas needing 5,544 to 5,984 foals and approximately 89 larger herd management areas needing approximately 11,392 foals, totaling 16,936 to 17,300. 76 foals for 73,520 horses, 11,500 to 11,800 for 50,000 horses. PZP/Gunicon sterilization, used by the BLM and non-profits, reduces foal output, e.g., to approximately 23 foals per 100 adult herd, requiring an infeasible 2.5 to 2.7 foals per fertile mare annually, increasing needs by 20 to 30% to approximately 20,000 to 22,500 foals for 73,520 horses, approximately 14,000 to 15,300 for 50,000 horses, and exacerbating genetic erosion in small herd management areas. The Wild Horse Fire Brigade's rewilding strategy, avoiding sterilization and leveraging conflict-free vacant wildlands, offers a sustainable, cost-effective solution to prevent extinction, aligning with the native status and ecological role of Equus caballus. References: Francam, R., Bradshaw, C.J., and Brooke, B.W., 2014. Genetics in Conservation Management, Revised Recommendations for the 50/500 Rules, Red List Criteria and Population Viability Analyses. Conservation Biology, 28, 3, 666-673. https://doi.org/10.1111/Kobe.12257 Hoffreiter, M. 2018. Pegasus, Improved Domestic Horse Genome. Cordis. https://cordis.europa.eu/project/id/681605/results Kirkpatrick, J.F., and Fazio, P.M., 1994. The Biology and Management of Wild Horses. Animal Welfare Institute. https://ainline.org/content/wild horses Anveros Killian, G.J., ETAL, 2008. Immunocontraception in Wild Horses, Effects of PZP. Vaccine, 26, 52, 6640 to 6646. https://doi.org/10.1016/j.vaccine.2008.09.060 Nunez, CMV, ETAL, 2015. Sage-grouse population dynamics are adversely affected by overabundant feral horses. The Journal of Wildlife Management, 83, 6, 1241 to 1251. https://doi.org/10.1007/S10530-015-0904-2 Rewilding. ND. Wild Horses and Rewilding. https://rewilding.org/wildhorsesrewilding/Shapiro, B, ETAL, 2013. A 700,000-year-old horse genome. Nature Communications. https://www.nature.com/articles/NCOMS3085 Wild Horse Fire Brigade. ND. Official website and resources. https://www.wildhorsefirebrigade.org/